Hello. Hey, beautiful souls. How you doing? It's Jeannie here, Too Much Woman. Come on in. Let's chat. Wanted to jump on and ask you a question. First of all, let me ask this. Do you like a deal? Are you like me? Do you like a deal? If you're here, say hello. Let me know where you're from. I worked in retail when I was in my teens, and I saw firsthand how much things are marked up in price. And I think it scarred me for life because I can hardly ever pay full price for anything because I feel like I'm being ripped off. So what I want to talk to you about, hey, Wally, good to see you. Hi, Euphoria. If you're here, let me know where you're from. And just like you can be ripped off at the Gap, you can be ripped off in your life by paying too high a price for something. So we can be paying maybe too high a price for decisions we're not making. We can be paying too high a price for biting our lip. We can be paying too high a price for not asking for what we need. We can be paying too high a price for not even knowing what we need. We can be paying too high a price for not prioritizing our health or our relationships. So there's lots of ways in our life we can be paying a high price for things. But what I want to talk about today is the high price that you might be paying for being a giver. Hey, Ange. Hey, Sa. Hey, baby, how you doing? How's New York City doing? Bianca. Oh, there's a new name. Hello from England. Haven't seen your name on here before. Hi, Amanda from Kansas City. Kathleen, did I say that right? From the Netherlands. Hello. Lasta from Slovenia. Hi, Mom. From Toronto. I love all these new faces. Hi, Christina from Bay City, Michigan. Awesome. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Thank you for that. Thank you. So I'm talking about the high price that we pay for things. What this video is about, and this live is the price that we're paying for being givers. Now, when I'm on tour or when I'm doing a live event and I ask like show of hands, how many of you identify as a giver and how many of you identify as a taker? I mean, everybody's a giver. Like, there's not one person that's like, yeah, I'm a taker. Like, never. And I don't know if it's because it's peer pressure or if, I don't know why, but somebody's taking. I mean, somebody's taking. If we're all givers, there's got to be someone taking. But the interesting thing is that we most of us identify as givers, right? We want to give, we want to love, we want to nurture. But my question to you is, what is the price that you're paying for that? I had an extraordinary interview with a woman named Shayna Woods. She was a client of mine and I was coaching her, and then we spun off into an incredible conversation. And she taught me so much because she is a financial wizard. And so I decided to interview her. And that interview, by the way, just dropped today. It's on both in Spiritual G-Spot, my Facebook group. If you're not in there, pop in. I just posted it. As well as my YouTube channel. If you're not on my YouTube channel, go check it out. It's Gina Hatz's Too Much Woman. But in this interview, what we talked about was prosperity. And she used the word prosperity. And I actually wanted to look up what prosperity meant. And of course, prosperity means abundance. Abundance in all areas. But the root of the word prosperous comes from the Latin. And it means fortune. Like there's an element of luck to it. So when I asked Shayna about that, she called what she does and what she teaches her clients money magic. Now, I don't know how many of you know, I was a magician. When I quit my job as a journalist and I was starting to work as a speaker, I was a magician. And it was perfect, of course. I didn't know it at the time, but it was just to make ends meet. But it was perfect because I ended up using my magic in a lot of my speaking. And my name was Gina the Genie. So yeah, I'm showing all my cards here today. But here's the thing. Here's what a magician knows. A magician knows that every trick has a secret to it. And a magician also knows that you never give away the secrets. But Shayna dropped some truth bombs in this video, and I want you to go watch it, because what she talked about in terms of money magic is the element of receiving and how many of us are adverse to receiving. So if you have some language or some limiting beliefs, and you have to think about this, because we all say we want to make money, or we say things like, I want to have money, I want to be abundant, I want to charge more, I want to be able to travel, I want to be able to take my family places, I want to be able to have things, and I have big dreams. We say these things, but if we don't have them, this is going to be a little bit of a harsh reality check. If we don't have them, it's because we don't believe that we're worthy of them, okay? That we're worthy of it. So there's an underwriting limiting belief there about money. And what I uncovered with Shayna in our interview was a lot of the undercurrent belief about money is that it's the root of all evil, that people with money are cruel or not nice, or that they have, I have a limiting belief around people who have money usually have issues with their family. And so there's some underwriting belief there, limiting belief holding you back. And so a lot of it revolves around our ability to receive. And for those of us, and if you identify as a giver, write giver below. I know that's probably all of you. But if you identify as a giver, write giver below. And I want you to hear these words, and then I want you to go actually watch the interview, because it's chock full of great information. But the one big diamond that I took away from that conversation, Shayna talked about how we receive anything is how we receive everything. And so if we have a hard time receiving a compliment, if we have a hard time receiving support, if we have a hard time asking for what we want because we don't want to put other people out, or we don't want to make them uncomfortable, or we don't want to seem needy, or if we feel like we don't want to ask because we feel like we're asking for too much, okay? The energy of that is repellent to prosperity and abundance. That makes sense, right? So even receiving the smallest things, charging for what we're worth, asking for reciprocated respect and acknowledgement in a relationship, even those elements of receiving are going to show up in our money and show up in so many things. And so I really want to invite you. I'm giving out so much free content lately. It's absurd. If you jump into my group Spiritual G-Spot, I just gave away a 5-day free masterclass on self-trust, which for me is the root of everything. I've just posted this video. I have an incredible video and interview coming up this Thursday with the amazing Ken Blackman, who wrote for everyone, for Playboy, for Cosmo, from Business Insider. He's going to talk about how to love a too much woman. He's going to talk about relationship in quarantine. There's so much free content that I'm giving away. So I'm asking you, what is the price that you're paying for not receiving the free content that I'm giving? What's the price? Go hop in, go watch the video. Please do this for yourself. Please just receive that. Receive this free information. Giver, 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 giver. Brenda says giver, Andre, giver. I know you are. I know you are. And just saying it was a great class. I'm so glad. Katharina, giver. I know. Is anybody a taker? I can't spell magician without Gina. Oh, you're so cute. Is Gina in magician, Asa? Oh my God, it is. You're so cute. You're so sharp. And it's so funny because when I say, does anyone identify as a taker? Like doesn't it have such a negative connotation? And then I think, let's stretch this a little bit further. So it's not only giving to other people, but giving to ourselves. Like, so why is that so different? Why can't I receive from myself? Right? So I just wanted to jump on quickly because after that interview, I just really sat with it. I mean, I like to think that, I stand for confidence and courage and empowerment. But how can we call in anything to ourselves if we are resistant to receiving? If we're resistant to receiving. And so I want you to do two things. I'm asking you to do two things. Just, I'm going to ask you. First, go watch the video. Like I said, you can check it out on my YouTube page. And by the way, subscribe. I'm putting lots of cool stuff up there. Or jump into my group Spiritual G-Spot. So that's number one. I really want you to go watch the video. And then number two, what I want you to do is I really want you to be intentional today with receiving. And sometimes we become a little bit frustrated or resentful or bitter because there's no one saying, hey, what can I give to you? And we just feel like we're always the one giving. So what this requires is for you to ask. And what presupposes you asking is that you actually know what you want. So it begins with knowing what you want. Again, go take my class because I'm going to help you figure that out. But if you know what you want, even if it's a small thing, if it's help around the house, if it's an hour of peace by yourself in the bathtub, that's what I ask my kids for every single day. I just need an hour, 7 to 8 usually, and I just want to be by myself in the bathtub. I ask them for other things too, but ask. And then after you ask, how just be aware of how you receive. Just be willing. Just for today. I used to have a blog called Just for Today years ago. If you've been around for like a long time, you know this. It's called Just for Today, where I used to throw out challenges just for 24 hours. So here's my Just for Today challenge. I'm going to ask you to identify something that you want. I want you to ask for it. And then I want you to sit in the pocket of receiving without a promise to give anything back. Don't do the if you give me this, I'll give you that. Just don't even do that. Just ask and sit in the pocket of receiving. Just be aware of how you feel. Don't beg, just ask. You could say please. And then let me know how you do. Circle back. Oh, and then make sure you go watch that video. I love you guys. It was a great video. Oh, Brenda saw it already. Takers sound so greedy. I know. We can change language. We can change how we identify. I'm generally a giver, but sometimes I demand what I deserve. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting that you use the word demand. Demand. If I was coaching you, we'd have a conversation around that. Demand what I deserve. Demand. I like the energy of that, but for sure. Me, I take to give to others. That's interesting, Amanda. All right. Awesome. That's it. Back to my coffee. I love you guys. Go watch the video. And go ask for something and go sit in the pocket of receiving. Love you. That's it. Bye for now.